I'm Caitlin. I'm here with BNF. We are in the park right now. I am with Lauren Peikert. She was one of our speakers today. She just got done doing an unconference session on AI. And then today she also gave a session on AI, how to use GPTs to market your business, which I thought was incredible. I did want to tell you how much I enjoyed it because I feel like I've gone to so many AI presentations at all these different conferences, and I'm still left being like, but what is a GPT? What is an agent? What is this? And I'm always still confused, and I feel like I'm not actually learning what I thought I would learn. So you were super, I feel like I'm very confident to go and create a GPT now. If you could tell me a little bit more about what you do, how you got into it, and maybe a little bit of your Nomad journey, since we are here at Bansko Nomad Fest.
Yes, I'm a marketer. My entire career has been in the startup world. So I've been the head of marketing at the first marketing hire for multiple early stage startups. I've been in the marketing area for about 6 years. Nomad area, I guess I've always been nomadic at heart since my early 20s. I've been more of a slow mad or serial expat living in different countries around the world. And of course, working remotely and working travel trips everywhere I can while keeping my work routine up. So
awesome. Yeah. You taught us how to do GPTs, but so you said that you have programmed 8 different GPTs to work with you. So I wrote them all down. You said content writers and content specialists, brand strategists, customer service specialists, SEO specialist and content updater, email marketing specialist, social media specialist, remote work consultant.
And those are just the good ones that I wanted to share.
And those are just the good ones.
There are a lot of failures out there too.
So can you tell me a little bit about what a GPT is? And also, I'm personally curious what the difference is between a GPT and an AI agent, if there is any difference.
Yeah, so basically you use ChatGPT, you can use its knowledge base and its abilities with any new chat, but the reason that you would want to create a custom GPT is to give it specific instructions for the kind of output you want, the kind of knowledge it works on, so that you don't have to teach it in the moment. So for things that you want to repeat, things that you want to automate, for example, you want to teach a GPT all about your company and all about the expertise required to respond to customer inquiries or something. That way you don't have to tell it every single time that you use ChatGPT. It's just already in your custom GPT. So anything you want to repeat and do more than once and save time on the training.
I have been using ChatGPT. So I'm a podcast producer, so I've been using it for a lot of content creation, and I have prompts saved. And now I'm I can probably create a GPT that works a lot better than how I'm doing it and save a lot of time. Because sometimes I feel using ChatGPT, it saves time, but then I'm always correcting things and you wrote this wrong, you're repeating something that I told you not to repeat. I think you mentioned that in your talk today. That is such a pet peeve, don't put an M dash and it still puts M dashes.
That one's an ongoing battle though, to be fair.
Yeah, that one hit me really hard because I used to use M dashes as well because my background is in writing and journalism and I love M dashes. And so I argue with everyone who says that's a giveaway.
It ruined them though, honestly.
I know.
Even if I write something myself, people think it's AI if it has M dashes in it. So they're out of my vocabulary now.
Yeah, yep, same. I've taken them out. It's very sad.
I love them.
I know.
Sad.
So your talk was so popular today. You had a ton of questions come through on our Q&A, and we didn't get to answer half of them. So we're going to do a little rapid fire right now.
All right.
All right, so let's go. At some point, there will be more AI-created content that can be consumed. What are your thoughts of that?
I mean, isn't there already enough human-created content too much to be consumed? I think I don't think it changes that.
Yeah, you don't think there'll ever be too much AI content?
Will you try? Yeah, exactly. You try.
I mean,
I do. He brings the
too much, as in, I think there's already too much content for people to consume now. There's more content
you can never consume as much content as there's out there.
I think the AI, it depends on the quality, I guess. At the point, for videos and pictures, I do feel there can be too much. I think with writing, it's hard to distinguish and it can be pretty human and guided, but videos, I'll see a really cool nature video nowadays and I'll be like, is that even real? And then I'll realize it was National Geographic and be like, it's not AI, but it kind of does take the trust out of content in general.
It does, yeah, especially my mom likes to send me videos sometimes. I'm like, Mom, this is AI.
It's scary when you see the comments and no one realizes when it's so obviously AI.
You'll eventually see one person saying this is AI, but yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
Oh, yeah, a lot of what can happen with that, I don't even want to think about it.
No. Question number 2, Do you think the model is scalable, and what's the biggest challenge you had when working with authorities? I don't think we understood what the word
I don't know what
authorities meant.
authorities means. I am not a government spy. I don't know. Not working with the authorities. I think it's scalable for sure. It already just in itself, it's a scalable tool. I mean, if you can do something in 2 minutes that would take you 5 hours, just keep clicking the button and it's scalable. It's infinite the uses, I think, the way you can program it. And
I'm going to throw in my own question real quick, actually. What do you think would be the first GPT that someone should start with? I know, like, especially for maybe a freelancer who doesn't have a huge company or feels like it's a little harder to delegate because that they are a freelancer, or they're not really sure how they can use GPTs in their business.
Yeah, I think something really useful that they can start off with that's not too hard and just understanding how to train a custom GPT would be teaching it about what their business does. And then once you do that, you can prompt it to do anything. Hey, write me copy for a LinkedIn post, or write something for my website. And it already knows what your company does and what it's called, so you don't have to prompt it further than that. And I think that's a good one because you can use it in a lot of different ways.
And then, so what you taught us was specifically like email marketing and how to set up that GPT. So I think this question was more towards that. Yeah. Would this work for people who include more storytelling in their emails, like bloggers and content creators?
Yeah, that's a little harder because I mean, if it's a personal story, if the AI doesn't know your story, then it can't talk about it. I think if you have maybe a set of stories that you like to tell in different ways, you can maybe teach it your stories yourself, or just talk to it while you're driving, doing a long road trip or something. Just keep telling it your stories and have it store it in there. But I think, AI doesn't have its own personal experiences, so it can't really tell stories unless you're okay with them being completely made up. And then, depends.
Okay, all right. How do you make sure your content doesn't obviously look and sound like AI and thereby get lost in the endless waves of similar text found online now?
I think the M dashes are one of them. That's the one everyone talks about. I think it's the same with humans writing stuff. Like if you go on LinkedIn, everyone's trying really hard to sound smart and uses the same kind of format on it. Don't look at my LinkedIn because I'm totally guilty
you're doing
of this
it too. Yeah.
But I think trying to put some more humor, some more casual language, some more genuine human talk, like you're talking to a friend, not doing a LinkedIn post. And I think AI makes the same mistakes as humans because it learns from the human. So adding little touches of your own voice in there, always editing it is
I think that's really important.
Adding some human language.
Yes. I do love to edit my content. But it has helped me get on LinkedIn.
Yes. And it does help you do it faster. So you use it, like work like a team together. That's
exactly. And I think that's kind of what you were saying in your talk today too. Number 6, I think. What's the benefit of training a custom GPT over just starting a new chat and then training the chat?
Sometimes I feel like one long chat can do better than a custom GPT because it remembers every single interaction you've had as well. But there is a limit to the chat, and I don't know what the limit is, and the limit will catch you off guard. So before you can go and collect the data from it, one day you'll be told, oops, this chat is too long, and you can't even prompt it to extract the good stuff, and it's just done. A sustainable long-term thing, and I have reached the chat limit with 2 chats before, so it's long, but not that long.
Okay. That is very good to know because that is kind of what I do right now, and then I just keep referring back to the same thing. And I almost feel like, it should remember everything, but the longer it gets, it's like our brains are like, that's when it starts like, this is not what I wanted you to do. So that's good to know.
Well, the good news with ChatGPT, one of the recent updates was to make it have better memory across different conversations. So now, on one hand, sometimes I would like to start a new conversation to have a fresh mindset, but now it remembers all my other stuff. But now it does help with the not needing the long chat as much.
Okay, that's good to know. Did you ever hear about the dead internet theory? And what you described sounds like we were going straight into that direction.
Yes, I have, or at least my understanding on it from probably a TikTok I saw, probably an AI-generated TikTok, is, that at some point all of the content will just be AI and the comments will be from bots and there won't even be humans on it anymore. I think social media, they're pretty good at getting people addicted, using little tricks to catch your dopamine addiction and get you on there. So I know I do scroll and maybe I don't comment or post all the time, but I'm there watching. I think at some point it might be just the human witnesses and the AIs talking to each other.
Battling it out, yeah.
I don't know what implications it has. It's kind of creepy, kind of interesting. I guess we'll find out someday.
I guess we'll see. Also, I mean, yeah, they can stay online, and maybe we'll go back to being out in nature more and staying off our phones so much.
Or we'll all be there just entertained by AI-driven content.
Yeah. Which AI assistants can you recommend for SaaS sales?
For SaaS sales, I guess I mostly just use ChatGPT, but I think for SaaS sales, anything copywriting, ChatGPT is great for. Any AI tools. I did have one consulting client that did more. They were a SaaS tool for building marketing strategy, and they were building a lot of other kind of implementation features of writing social posts and a lot of things in there. So if you want like something more automated, like aside from ChatGPT, a tool that's designed for that, I think they still have the same name. It was pretty early in their launch, but they're called Ask Corey, and they're a really great tool.
If you wanted to sell your GPTs to different clients, is there a way to prevent the exact same outputs?
Yeah, I mean, I would train them completely differently, and if they were all in the same industry, I would have to put more work into having different types of formats and different kinds of things to make sure that they wouldn't end up the same. But if it's across different industries, different topics, it wouldn't risk being the same. But
so you're maybe creating one ChatGPT, and then you're creating multiple different versions, maybe in different voices and things like that for the client?
Yeah, like I have the one that I've created for the company I work for, and then I have the one that I created before the presentation to make sure that my programming was applicable to other areas. And I mean, they were completely different. One was AI and marketing, and the other one had a totally different topic. So yeah,
great.
I don't know how many you can do, or if it's all just to-do list tools or something, then it would get a little too close.
Yeah. Can you give us a quick overview of your social media content generation bots, what they can and cannot do, and how you programmed them?
Yeah, so the LinkedIn one was really easy to program. I honestly just taught it about what the company does and thought of like 4 categories for types of posts I could do, and I created the 4 prompt buttons. Like today, talk about something great about the program. Next week, do an educational post about the industry. It was really easy, and then I just had it alongside creating the prompt buttons and the post types. I just had it use like LinkedIn writing expertise and some expertise on the industry itself. That one took me probably 30 minutes to program at most, and it saves me a lot of time.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Because that's always a worry too. How long is it going to take me to actually?
And then the Instagram one is pretty limited. I have one that creates Instagram stories. It comes up with either a question or a poll, and then generates an image to go with it.
Okay.
But it took a little longer because the image generation can be kind of weird. But once you get it right, it works. But it can't do much more than that.
Yeah. Oh, this is a great one. Can I make a GPT that can help me find friends because I am lonely?
Well, first, don't become friends with the GPT itself, because we've all seen how that goes in that movie, Her.
Yeah, marry one. I've seen that. Yeah.
But I think talking to ChatGPT about maybe what you think is blocking you in making friends, maybe you've social anxiety, talk about ways to work out your anxiety or get ideas for different places to meet people. I think just kind of telling it what your challenges are and asking for it to help you find a plan and find solutions.
GPT therapist, maybe kind of thing. Yeah. That's possible.
I find ChatGPT is really good at talking you through stuff. Like if you just need to get out of your own head and process it with words,
or if you just need some validation, does a good job.
Just don't take it too far. Don't fall in love with your AI.
No, I mean, you do you, I guess, right? No judgment. All right, this is the last one. Are each of your AI assistants just different chats with ChatGPT? How are they organized and used in your workflow?
So they're not just different chats, they're custom GPTs that I program. And they're just all, like when I go into my GPT account, they're all listed on the top left. So right now I need a LinkedIn post, I'm gonna click on the LinkedIn one, or I want social media or Instagram story, click on that one, and then just push the button I've created and it does it for me.
Great. So it's kind of like, you need some admin help, you email your admin and then they do it. Okay. So
but in 10 seconds in total. Yeah.
I love that. Well, that is all the questions that I have. We did have a few more, but I didn't want to burden you too much. We loved having you. Once again, your talk was amazing. So thank you. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Yes,
thanks.
Great.
Bye.